Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of my series on building my industrial empire in EVE Online. So I'll start with the progress report. I'm now at for almost half a billion, 496 million ISK of net worth. What you see here, the other thing that are important, if you see here, I got almost half a billion network. I'm now at 47 blueprints, uh, and the blueprint value that I have is total is 43 million. That's blueprint base cost, not the research cost. An average material efficiency of 7.33 and time efficiency of 3.42. And that's pretty good. And what I did as production income this week was 30 million, uh, which is less than last week. I'm a little bit disappointed, but I expected that because I started work. Vacation was over, so I started work this week. I didn't play as much. I didn't do as much market PvP. So that was to be expected. I also did a lot less mining, so that's also translated into problem on my supply chain because I tried buying the material, but I didn't have everything that I wanted, so I was out of Noxium for a few days. I did just manage to get into a low sec system to mine some jaspit. So I should have my problem sorted out, but it slowed me down a bit this week. But all in all, I still managed to do some progress, so it's not as bad as I expected. I also, another thing is I lacked time to go around and get some blueprint because a lot of blueprint are not available locally, so I got to fly into Amar or Caldari or just go to Jita, but Jita you don't pay the lowest price, so I need to fly around and get those blueprint. I identified a few moneymaker that I could buy, but I didn't get the chance to buy them yet, so that's on my plan for next week. Also, what you see here is this beautiful Brutix that I built for myself. That's the second battle cruiser I built. The first one I sold, and this one I kept, so I'm now able to do T3 mission, which helped me a bit. If you look at how I'm progressing with my Federation Navy, I'm almost close to the magic number where I'm supposed to no longer pay tax on my refining. I'm also getting pretty good with the Galante. I need to be careful with those two, Caldari and Amar. So at some point I might need to work. I did the Sister of Eve once to jack up Caldari. So I still need to work on that. Also, I'm starting to have some more money in my actual wallet, not just assets. So I do have 220 million. So that's getting better. Another thing is I bought an Hyperion blueprint with 5 run, so I will be able to get into battleship production. Hyperion, from what I calculated, it is still more efficient to build it than to buy it from the market. The reason I chose the Hyperion was because well, I'm Galante and I already have battle cruiser trained, so it's what's costing me less skill to get there. And the other thing is, I heard about the warp to me incursion fleet, and that's something that I might want to do because what I'm noticing is my lack of game knowledge sometimes is hurting me, and like, what should I build? I mean, I need to to know all aspects of the game to be able to identify business opportunity. So going to do some incursion could be nice. Plus, it could be profitable. and one of their starter battleship that they ask is the Hyperion. So I mean, it has three things that I want. It's Galente, so I'm close to being able to fly it. It it's better to build it than to buy it, so it's a good thing for an industrialist. And it is a starter battleship that is in their preferred list. So that, all in all, I bought the blueprint. I paid 1.5 million for a 5-run blueprint, fully researched. So there's no point in buying the original at that point. I just got a copy. Aside from that, so now I'm flying in that blueprint. Uh, uh, One thing that didn't go as expected is I was training for my I was training for what do you call that, mining upgrade to level 4 to be able to use my mining upgrade, my level 2 mining upgrade. But when I got into the ship, they didn't fit because of the processor. So I had to dump a part of my unallocated skill point into CPU management to be able to fit one T2 module, and the other one I'm still missing a little bit. So I will need eventually uh, to get probably to get to mining upgrade level 4 to be able to fit my two module. Here you Yeah, so those are the mining laser upgrade. I need to fit those. So I have them, but I can only fit one on my retriever. Uh, but I don't want to dump point right. That you can see now I'm training broker relationship and broker relation and accounting. The thing is, I need to be more efficient on the market, and that's one of my big concern that I have now is first 2 week I had a pretty open market. I had a lot of good money maker, but competition started showing up this week. So every story needs a villain. I have villain in my story now. Uh, let's say, okay, I'll show you a few of them. Okay, railguns. These things used to be profitable, very profitable. And then you got this guy at the Boom Boom Room in Cat. Uh, they're they're building the same many of the thing that I was building, and they're selling them at close to, well, no profit for me. For them, they're probably more efficient. They got a citadel there to build their stuff, so I'm guessing they have more efficiency than me. But even with a fully researched blueprint, at that price I'm not making any money. So that market is dead. I have few of like at least 10 of my blueprint that were making me money. I got people that are starting dumping like large order, and this is like they're killing the market because you got one stack here, another stack there. Oh, that's not the same person, but and sometimes they drop 1,000 item on the market when the daily volume is about 20. So I don't know why people do that. Well, I do. I know they want to offload this stuff, and he's saying eventually it will sell, but it's killing the market at that point. If you look at the railgun one, don't want just to rent them, but at at uh, uh, 109,000, it is below the value. So if you go, I think I got one here. Should have one here. Railgun. So let's see here. So even if I reprocess, well, 4 of them, I probably should go buy them and reprocess them. That would actually, I think that's what I'll do, because that will save me my Noxium problem, solve my material problem, and I'll get them at lower cost. Because even if I reprocess them, you see, they're selling below the value of the reprocessed material for somebody that doesn't even have the material reprocessing. So okay, I mean just it's their game, but so this I got to play with that. So I got these are my bad guy, the guy at the boom boom room. I hate you guys, but no, it's okay. I don't hate you. It's you play the game, you have fun, that's cool. And competition keep me on my toe. So I'm here in Ursalouette, they're in Cat. The other bad guy that I have here is on this system where I would like to go mine because it's not too far. Uh, you got some group that are called the Killer Cockatoo, and they're always there. Whatever the hour, morning, night, they're always there. So I can't go mine there. I did manage to sneak up here and have the system for myself for a little while. So I did manage to get some to mine some Jasper earlier on. But so these are the guy. And what I'm seeing is the next part here is the benefit those people have when they're building in ISEX. So if they have rigs on, and they got an Astart, anyway, the big one, not the mid one, the large one, which is the middle one, mid-size one, the one above the right arrow. So if they put Tech One rigs, they're in ISEC, but they still get the 1% from the Citadel, from the engineering complex, plus another 2% for the rigs, and I think they can put more rigs, so they probably get 5% more efficiency than me. So if I want to fight against that, I probably will need in the mid, like short term or even mid term, to get into a player owned Citadel to start building. And the good thing is I've noticed that you have two of them at Johannes here and there, and they got super low tax rate, like 0.5, and they got the efficiency rig. So what I'll do, what I want to do next week is to actually send a mail to the owner of the station, ask him if he wants, if he mind it. Well, I've asked him if he has planned to stay there long term, and if he is, ask him if he would mind if I would start using a station to build from there, so I could go grab maybe another 5% efficiency there. That would be a good thing. I mean, it would help me gain a lot more profit from my job, and the logistic isn't that bad because it's just two systems from where everything I have is based. So that would be perfect. I haven't seen any station close by in the low sec territory, and that's actually giving me an objective. Is longer term, I mean, this is just to address the short term, would be to build from there. Longer term, if I want to dominate Essence, my end game would be to build my own station in one of those low sec sector to go get like the real efficiency, because the difference between low and null isn't, I mean, there's one, but it's not that big. Plus you don't have the I would say shitty logistic of shipping your thing all the way from null. So low sec seemed like a pretty, at least from my new BI, seems like a pretty interesting thing. But if I want to build here, which would be my ideal spot, I would need to go kick the Killer Cockatoo out, and there are 100 of them. So I'm not close to that yet. Yeah, I'm not there yet. So, but still, that's just me talking and dreaming about my long-term plan of world domination. Well, not world, but area region of essence domination. So what else do I have to say? So next week, what I want to do, more blueprints. I already have a few rigs that will give me nice profit, and that I already have a stockpile of material to build. So that I just need to go get them. Uh, mine, and get enough ore to get the Hyperion, and probably start building my contact network with station owner in the region, so that I have place to start building my stuff. So I'm starting to go get into the social aspect of Eve. Uh, I I think, well, if I go from my experience in all those games, people are always looking for players, so they're probably gonna try and recruit me in their guild, uh, their guild and their corp. Sorry, who's old time gamer here. um, One thing that I was told, which surprised me a lot, was that my actually an old character with a virgin corp history is worth a shit ton of money. Well, in game. I don't want to sell my character. I wouldn't. I mean, for me, it's like selling your own children. I wouldn't do that. But at the same time, I I don't know how true this is, but this is supposed to be worth a lot. So because I got like no bad name on my corp history. So anyway, we'll see. If I got instant reputation just because I'm a whole, I'll take it. Anyway, I'm a trustworthy guy, so no point in ruining that good reputation. Uh, and I've read some story about Shriba, who's like have an escrow business because he's the most honest man on Eve. And so that could be an interesting thing to get into. But of course, I don't have his reputation. So, and that's all that matter in that business. Anyway, so have fun, everyone, and if you have any comments, any place you think I should be heading. This week, well, skill-wise, I'm not gonna progress much if I stay with broker relation. I might, if I build a battleship, I might buy battleship and Galante battleship, and just to be able to fly it. But aside from that, I mean, I'm gonna get a percent here and there just to optimize my supply chain. I want to get into I want to get some point in advanced industry eventually, but the thing is I don't get, like, I get a little bit benefit short term, but my problem right now is not the lack of building slot. It's the lack of capital or mineral or stuff to build, more than the lack of building slot. Eventually, I'll get to the point where I will want to buy them, mass production and advanced industry, and eventually advanced mass production. But I'm just not at the point where they're urgent yet. And I think that getting a better rate on the job I do make is more important short term. Also, eventually, I want to raise science and get into those. Get into the where they are career rate. It's not the career. The mission agent, the R&D agent, to get those free data core. But that I need to jack up science, and I mean, it's a whole ball game and skill that I need to train. So these two, I mean, once I get them, I mean, I use those skills multiple time every day because I'm always selling on the market. So this, I think I'll get, even if it's a long training time. I mean, I will get it eventually. So as soon as I get it, I start to get max benefit from it. So I think those are the priority for now. like if you have any advice or you think I'm going in the wrong direction, say so. I'm a newbie and I love getting those advice because it's always helping me get a better understanding of what I should be doing. So anyway, have a nice week, everyone, and see you later.